I have a different type of passion. Like, I'm ready to hurt somebody.
Because I would love to see Ryan Garcia, the one that we saw fully hydrated against Devin Haney, against Gervonta.
He's a problem. He's going to be a problem
for everybody.
He's going to be a problem, bro.
Speed is bananas.
Yeah.
You ever see him shadow box, like throw combinations?
Yeah, bro.
Like, is this sped up? How are you so fast?
Yeah. It's not fair.
He might have one of the fastest left hooks I've ever seen.
All right, haters, come through. I got you. What they say, you ain't 157, blah, 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 all that. Let's see. Oh, you right. I'm not 157. You're right. Press conference, want to see it.
For sure.
I mean, it's right up there with everybody, all the great left hookers of the past.
But the crazy thing is, like, bro, he don't even bring it out. He just goes from right here.
Right there.
Pa!
Whip. Like a whip.
Just, guys.
It has so much power from short distance. Just nothing. Just turns it over.
Yeah.
And he can hit you with multiple ones in a row.
What caught everyone's attention wasn't simply a change in weight. The real surprise came when Ryan Garcia showed up with a visibly bulkier and more solid physique, instantly standing out from before.
If I'm not in shape like this, look at this. If I was that bad mentally, why do I look like this? Think with your brain. Why would I look like this? If I'm really that messed up mentally, right, like people are claiming, I wouldn't look like this.
Yeah, he sets traps and he's got ridiculous one-punch knockout power too. He's just such an interesting fighter because his style is so different from everybody else. He's so conservative in the early rounds, throws so few punches, and he lets you work. He lets you work and you're backing up and you're always afraid of that power, and he's just moving in, trying to find that opening where he just...
You could easily imagine Joe Rogan pausing for a moment, surprised, thinking, wait a second, that's Ryan at 147? This wasn't the slim, quick-looking build fans usually recognize from his social media highlights. Instead, he appeared more developed and filled out, like a true welterweight who spent serious time building strength, not just sharpening speed.
Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios both weighed in at around 154 pounds ahead of next week's 147-pound showdown, and people are starting to worry that Ryan Garcia specifically might miss weight again. So according to the WBC, Barrios weighs in at 153 and Garcia at 154.2, and both of them have a week to lose 7 pounds give or take. Now folks, even though weight draining and rehydrating after isn't really new, the concern is more on the fact that Garcia, who previously missed weight when he fought Devin Haney, may end up...
Both fighters stayed within the WBC's 14-day pre-weigh-in requirements. Mario Barrios came in at 153, while Garcia registered at 154.2. On paper, that simply reflects proper preparation, but visually, it spoke much louder. Ryan didn't appear depleted at all. Instead, he looked strong, wide through the shoulders, and remarkably composed, bringing a completely different dimension to this matchup.
I got you. What they say, you ain't 157, blah, 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 all that. Let's see. Oh, you right. I'm not 157. You're right. Press conference, one here.
I'm just focused. I'm focused. I have a different type of passion. Like, I'm ready to hurt somebody. But supposedly I'm mentally ill. What is going on with you? Like, that doesn't make no sense. Look at me, I'm talking clear. I'm happy. Shit, I decided to get some wine last night, a little bit. Not even that much. Felt great.
When a fighter known for speed begins to show noticeable muscle gains, the focus shifts beyond just added power. Questions come up about stamina, durability, and how that physique will hold up under pressure, especially against a naturally larger welterweight like Mario Barrios. That's where things become intriguing. Barrios weighing in at 153 feels expected, almost routine. But Ryan coming in at 154.2.
Why Mario Barrios? I mean, why not, right? I mean, he has a WBC title. People always got something to say about me not being a world champion, but somehow making more money than them, you know? I mean, I just got to flex on them one time. But, you know, so I'm here just to, you know, settle that noise a little bit, and just really show everybody that when I'm at my, best, that I could really do damage to anybody at 147. So, I'm here to make a statement. That's really what it's about. I'm here to make a statement.
That alone changes the way the fight is perceived. Rather than a smaller, flashy contender, he now comes across as a legitimate physical presence in the division. The big question going into fight night is whether that added size translates into controlled, effective aggression or unlocks a new level of explosiveness.
I focus on me. That's it. Focus on me, tightening up my skills, my craft, my game plan. Whatever they got, It don't really matter. Once you're in there, whoever comes sharper that day wins.
Yeah. What would it mean to you and Danu, to your dad?
It'll mean everything, man. It's going to be a very emotional moment when it happens, and we are excited for this opportunity.
Just as the discussion starts to revolve around Ryan's build, his discipline, and that heavier, focused presence, Henry Garcia steps in, sounding less like a coach making media appearances and more like a father witnessing a comeback story unfold. When he says, "This is the best I've ever seen him," it stands out. That's not throwaway praise. It's coming from someone who's observed every stage of Ryan's journey, from the social media sensation.
Him from Ryan's got this like persona that just, it's gonna be dangerous for Mario Barrios. Okay, I'm telling you, you need machine guns. You're gonna need a cannon to stop Ryan. Ryan is gonna be on a mission. He's like totally focused for this one. And I'm really happy to see this because what he's applying right now is going to transform into the...
Denny describing Ryan's conditioning as a work of art lines up with what we've seen on the scale and in training clips. This isn't just a lean physique. It looks carefully built with intention. What really stands out, though, is Henry mentioning a routine of 33 rounds after 3 hours of strength and conditioning, followed by 5 miles of running and hill sprints. That's far from influencer-style workouts. That's a level of dedication rooted in traditional fighter discipline. It's also notable how he acknowledges Mario Barrios as a legitimate opponent, while quickly shifting the focus to Ryan's mindset as a key threat, suggesting that his mental edge could be the most dangerous element in play.
And we took a little break, but Ryan, went to go, eat and whatever. We come back to the gym, 33 rounds of boxing. 33. Then you think it's over? He goes back home where his camp house is. I didn't go there. And he starts running 5 miles after that. And then he sprints up a hill. Tell me, that was just...
Henry dismisses the Joe Goosen angle by saying there's no real advantage, and it is what it is, which sounds calm, but still carries a subtle, defiant tone. And when he mentions that all random tests have come back clean and they're ready anytime, it reinforces strong confidence in their preparation. While his repeated emphasis on being 100% locked in mentally, physically, and emotionally feels less like hype and more like a father publicly sharpening focus, setting up a clear contrast between Barrios' steady, composed approach and Ryan's controlled, rising intensity.
Mario has, or nothing that Joe can give him, that's gonna phase my son. I'm telling you, you're gonna see it, okay? My son is not here to play. He takes pride in what he's doing, and he knows this is his title shot, the WBC, and it means a lot to him on this one because he's here. He's already has it in here, and he's got it in his heart. So when you have that, like I said, mind, body, and soul, 100%, it's positive results. Positive.
While all the noise builds around Ryan, Barrios comes across in his interview like the calm center of a storm he fully expects to walk into. That contrast is striking when he says the press conference was just drama and had nothing to do with him. Pure championship-level composure, no emotion attached, just complete focus. In a way, he's implying Ryan can handle the spectacle while he stays locked into the work, a quiet, psychological statement without ever raising his voice. He further shuts down any revenge storyline by explaining the Goosen situation was pre-planned, not
Ryan faces adversity. He doesn't make the necessary adjustments. And, that's, with this fight, I'm looking forward, or I'm looking, to go in there and, exploit, all of his weaknesses. And, that's definitely, one of the ones where I'm going to try to, take advantage of. I want to make him uncomfortable. I want to test, his heart. I want to really, test how bad, he really wants to be.
Barrios isn't preparing for a distracted version of Ryan, but for his best. Fast, strong, and confident, which shows smart fight planning. Then he adds that Ryan doesn't always adjust well under pressure, a tactical observation rather than trash talk, and by saying he wants to make him uncomfortable in the ring. He reveals a clear strategy of pressure and disruption while emphasizing his role as champion, setting up a clash where Ryan fights for redemption and Barrios fights to defend his identity.
A sensational title defense, and that's what I'm looking to do with this fight. We have a dangerous Ryan in front of us, a very unpredictable Ryan, and but yeah, I'm the champion for a reason. I got myself in this position, and I just had to act accordingly, perform like a champion, and I feel like everything that we have going for ourselves right now, we're in line, for a great title defense, and so that's what has me, so excited.
Robert Garcia's comments carry even more weight in this context, as the discussion shifts from a single fight to the environments that shape fighters. When he says he'd take on a heavyweight without hesitation, it comes across as a coach chasing challenge and legacy rather than comfort. He then carefully references names like Errol Spence Jr., Devin Haney, and Brian Norman Jr., showing awareness of gym politics and potential future matchups, highlighting how boxing is strategic and layered rather than simple. His point about Haney needing sparring partners who genuinely push him stands out, and it subtly ties back to the idea of Ryan versus Barrios through the broader theme of real preparation under pressure.
I'd be missing is a gym where you're gonna have competition, where you're gonna have fighters that want to kick your ass. That's the kind of competition that makes you better. That's why you just seen Garcia's fucking sparring session. We got two guys that want to beat him up, and that's what makes him even better. We got kids that want to beat up on Bam. We got kids that want to beat up on Virgil, and that's what makes them better. Because in my gym, everybody wants to be better than the other. Because that's one thing. That's the advice I always give them. You want to be the best in the gym. You guys are all teammates. You guys are all friends. But inside the ring, you want to.
Robert Garcia emphasizes that real growth comes from pressure and training, where fighters push each other to outwork and outperform instead of just getting through rounds, which highlights how elite skills are built through struggle rather than comfort. He frames it as structural honesty in the gym. Barrios aims to expose weaknesses under pressure, while Robert explains how those flaws are developed and fixed, and when combined with the physical changes, camp confidence, and mental talk around Ryan, the fight begins to feel like a psychological chess match where he's not only chasing a belt, but rebuilding his identity.
Mario Barrios saying that, he's never, quit, went down on his knee in that press conference.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much right now. That's what Duarte said. Duarte said the same thing. Queen Ryan, we've heard it all, we don't quit, and this and that. Bro, that's the worst thing you can say when Ryan's healthy, because you could piss him off. And when he's pissed off, trust me, bro, you're going to be scared. He ain't gonna, there's no way, man. He's just, like I said, 100%. And they might say 120%. I never heard that one before, but it doesn't.
Barrios is ignoring the noise and preparing for Ryan's best version, showing calm championship focus, while the contrast is clear. Ryan brings visible physical transformation and emotional intensity, and Barrios brings stability and structure. If Ryan's new build turns into controlled strength, he becomes a real threat. But if Barrios drags him into deep, uncomfortable rounds, the fight flips quickly.